then afterwards, after the show, I'll give you a copy of the show.
Okay.
So we got a ways to go yet.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Here till, you said 9 o'clock?
Yeah, if you want, unless you don't want to be here till that long.
I'm going to have to start working until then.
You start at 9 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Half the day is gone, buddy.
It's a 9 to 5 gig, man. That's what we got.
Anything in particular you want to talk about?
I mean, not necessarily. I thought you were the driver of this bus, and I was just going along.
Hey, but you got stuff to talk about. We can talk about it.
No, nothing.
Nothing?
You said Easter. You said
yeah, we can talk about that.
Insurance. You said anything. Bucks.
Bucks?
Bucks.
Oh my God.
Packers. You name it.
I am not a Bucks fan.
No?
I'm not a pro basketball fan.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, I'm going to share this.
You don't have to be.
Brewers?
Brewers? Yeah.
They're messing with me.
You might. I might not be allowed back. I'm a Cubs fan.
What?
But it's for a good reason. I can explain. Okay. I have a late grandmother who was a big Cubs fan.
Okay.
And she was back in the day when Ernie Banks was playing, and she got some memorabilia, some signatures from the '69 Cubs, and
cool.
Those are all at my house now. But yeah, she was a big Cubs fan, so she's instilled that in the whole family on my dad's side anyway.
See, this is good stuff to talk about on the radio.
Yeah.
So hold off.
We will. I can repeat. But yeah, good.
But you don't. So this is why I'm not on IBA anymore.
What's that?
I was on 1310. I had a show there. They asked me to do a show. And so what happens is that we have no commercials here.
Okay.
But when you go to IBA, they have commercials.
Sure.
And it's like, so you're in the middle of a subject, you're blah, 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 and all of a sudden my producer goes, I'm like, oh no. So then you stop, but what happens is everybody that's there, you continue talking, and you never come back and talk, you have that mind,
Sure.
that amazing thing you want to talk about.
Right. So how much music do you actually play?
Well, it depends on who's here. So, it's a good song. I mean,
no. How much? Like, what is it of the 2-hour span?
Oh, it depends on the show.
Gotcha.
So during the election process, we weren't. It was very little music, if any.
Sure.
It was all interview. But there's been days in here where I've played probably of the 2 hours, maybe 45 minutes.
Sure.
Worth of music.
Sure.
So this depends, and it depends on my mood for a playlist.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, you let me know. You kick me out any time.
No, you're in here.
Otherwise, I'm happy to chat about whatever you want.
Well, you got to chat about stuff. You got to have things you want to talk about.
I mean, there's always stuff to talk about.
Okay.
We just got to get rolling, and it'll start coming.
That's exactly what happens.
I don't. Like I said, I came with a list of just, you're a facts guy, so I brought some facts.
Oh, like what?
I don't want to on my list.
All right, that'll be fun.
Should have wrote them on pen and paper, but
what?
I didn't. I was typing them up on a computer last night.
I'm gonna get one of
Watching
those.
the Bucks game.
I'm gonna get one of those remarkable pads. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get one of those. Yeah. I keep looking at it, and of course now I've looked at it. It comes and just pops up all the time on Facebook.
Yeah, they're neat.
So I gotta have one.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool where you can write, and then it. Now we're frozen. It converts all your handwriting to print.
Yep, isn't that neat?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good morning, Facebook. If you're there, let me know who you are. On your phone, I've already forwarded this to your Facebook page.
Okay.
What'll happen is if you go to Facebook and you look at it, every time somebody comes on your phone, I've already forwarded this to your Hey Janice, good morning. Janice Bedner's watching. It'll pop up and it'll say so-and-so wave to so-and-so. Man, somebody must have been in my chair all the time.
That'll just be a notification.
Yeah.
So did you have a good weekend then?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was Easter. We're going to talk about that. Because we brought... where's mine? Somebody messes with my chair all the time. It's like it's my chair.
Is this your studio? Or do you
It should be.
Or is it a shared space?
That's a shared space. I let other people come in. See how much time we got left here. Well, I'll let it go for a while.
How much swivel do I got here?
Oh, you got a lot of swivel. You can do this.
Pull this forward?
Yeah, you're going to want it up.
Okay.
The closer up front. And the reason you have your headphone on, if
Yeah.
somebody calls in, which they very rarely do, you can hear them. But more importantly, you can hear yourself and how you sound.
Sure.
And a lot of people will be like this, away from that mic. It won't hurt you. You can lean into it and talk and stuff.
That works for me.
And I can't have the music up because because Facebook thinks we don't own the rights to it. But we have license and all that and membership, so we have rights to play music. And so they shut me down.
Really?
Yeah. So then I have to fight for it.
Oh, jeez. What a whirlwind.
I have to put a dispute in about, it could be a week or a month later. They'll decide that they're going to release it.
Really? Release your live video stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they'll pull you off right away.
Mm-hmm.
So you're no longer live? And
Yeah,
then
sometimes they just shut me down.
Oh.
And it took me a while to figure out that just don't fight Facebook.
Well, they're Meta Quest now.
Yeah, right. Right.
I don't even know what they do.
They're so big they had to change their
I don't even
name.
know what they do with that name.
I don't know.
I don't know. Is it owned? I mean, is Facebook now a subsidiary of? I don't know enough, but I know Meta Quest.
I don't know. Here we go. Now I can see. I can read.
Speaking of people in power, you see Elon Musk?
I thought that was cool.
Sign up for Twitter.
Well, he's trying.
Yeah.
He's trying to get the rest of it.
Yeah.
All right. Coming up. David Lee Murphy. Out with a bang.
I don't know who that is.
Hail, man. It's a country song, man. Come on. This is all mixed
I should have
in.
been listening to country. I'm not a country guy.
What?
And until very recently, since I moved to Fort Atkinson, I don't know. Maybe that's the reason.
It's Fort.
It could be. The water's a little different down there.
That's right. James Weingard, good morning. He's watching us. What's up, buddy? Hey, am I ever going to come up to your place and do a little radio? Oh, this thing keeps freezing. James, are we going to do radio together, bud? He's talking to me. But you can see it on your phone, too, if you wanted to.
I can't, so,
You can't see it?
no, I mean, I have to pull up. I got the link, but it's not. There's no activity on it. Do I have to press play?
It should be working. There we go. Charlie Kuntz, good morning, buddy. The world's greatest painter. See, here's another lion.
Charlie's a great guy.
And he's super good. Joe Wagner, good morning. We got about 30 seconds. Hey, Charlie, we got to get you in here, buddy. That would be pretty cool.
Well, CK Painting Special.
That's right. A little David Lee Murphy, and Out with a Bang right here on 103.5 WLSP. Good morning, everybody. Bill Baker here, and glad to be here. Hope you shoveled your driveways and all that already, because it snowed last night, if you haven't noticed. And yeah, it's something else. Bobby Call, good morning. Hey, if you want, and I want you to, you can go to Facebook and you can watch the broadcast right now. We are live on the air, and so go to Baker William J on Facebook, and you will see us right there. Matt Steinmetz is in studio with me, the world's greatest State Farm insurance agent right here in Sun Prairie, located down on Main Street, right across from Bank of Sun Prairie.
You got it. Yeah, thanks for having me, Bill.
Oh, you're welcome, buddy. Hey, this guy's amazing. He is amazing in more ways than just he's got that belt, you know. And he wore it today, by the way. And if I could show it to you, I would. At double check. What do you call that?
Yeah, discount double check.
Oh, see, you got it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We need to do that every now and again.
Well, you do.
Yeah.
For $240 million.
Exactly. Exactly.
Is he still going to be a paid advertiser or whatever?
You're asking the wrong guy on that one. I mean, I think so.
They didn't check with you?
No, they don't ask me those questions.
What?
No. You know, I think they probably should, but yeah, they don't give me that kind of power. Probably a good thing.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Charlie Kuntz is watching, and we were talking about this off air. He is one of, I think, the best and greatest painter in the Sun Prairie area.
Yeah.
Fellow Lion with you and I,
Yeah.
and so Charlie's a good guy. Marine.
Yep.
Once a Marine, always a Marine. I was just told that recently.
Yeah.
You know, but he also, I'm sure he would tease me with my kid and that being Navy, that the
Sure.
Navy gives them a ride.
Sure.
You know, but that's okay.
Yeah.
They are the step brothers of the Navy. Navy came out first.
Sure.
You know, then the Marines came along.
Sure.
You know, but hey, this guy, seriously, he is one of the most premier insurance agents that you can find. And I told you it's with State Farm. Kelsey, he actually had this lady marry him. I can't believe it. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Where'd that come? How'd that happen?
Oh, well, that happened a long time ago, I suppose. We're coming up on 6 years of marriage.
Wow, and two
yeah.
kiddos?
2 kiddos. Yeah, coming up on 6 years in October, and we met when we were, you know, young and really, really, really smart. At the ripe age of 17 years old.
All right.
And yeah, we've kind of moved around. Well, I followed her. She moved up to this area, and I said I can't be without you. So I came up here about 17, 18 years old, and yeah, rest is history. 2 kids, 6 years of marriage.
Yeah, Caden and Lennon?
Caden and Lennon, you got it.
Woo!
Yep.
Man, and so Lennon is a COVID baby.
She is a COVID baby, yeah, born in July of 2020.
Lennon Ray.
Lennon Ray.
So where'd that name come from?
Lennon actually came from a artist, not John Lennon.
Okay.
But probably a more, well, we'll call it a millennial artist.
Yeah.
Because
it's
I'm in
more
that
stick
age
figures, isn't it? It's
bracket.
more. It's like almost like a haiku, where it's.
I don't know the haiku, but.
Well, it's like single lines.
Sure.
I've seen some of the work of. I know this work. I know this work.
I believe you, Bill. But no, that came from an artist called Lennon Stella.
Okay.
That was just a more mainstream artist that my wife and I used to listen to for a little bit, and then the middle name was passed down from generations. So my wife's grandmother's middle name is Ray. Her father's name was Ray. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Kind of keeping that tradition alive.
All right. What about Caden? Where'd Caden come from?
Straight out of a video game.
What?
Yep. My wife was a big video gamer. Came from a video game called Mass Effect, and my wife was in love with the main character's name, and I thought it was a pretty cool name, so I didn't bat an eye at it.
Well, that's awesome. Hey, Charlie wants you to know. Here's everybody on the radio. I want everybody to know that Bob called. Good morning. He's part of my a group of guys I get with every Tuesday and Thursday, 40 and over. We work out at PAC 24, led by Craig Kuchenbecker, and
Seen you there.
Another great Marine guy.
Yeah.
And so we're there. We've been doing this for 4 months, and the results have been amazing.
Awesome.
But Charlie wants everybody to know, as I spit on the microphone, it says, thanks, Bill. Thanks, Matt. I have all my insurance through Matt, and he's saved me a lot of money.
Yes, we did. We were able to help Charlie out quite a bit.
Wouldn't it be fun, though, if somebody walks in and go, well, what kind of rate you're going to give us? Well, we're going to give you the highest rate possible. Because we want you to have the best insurance.
Exactly.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, that would be great.
Hey, so you're a Whitewater grad?
No.
No?
No. Well, Whitewater for a year.
Okay.
But no, did not graduate.
Oh.
I took a different path in life.
What'd you do?
Started working.
Yeah, you're the diamond guy.
Yeah. I went. I went actually into managing a Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
So I was a general manager of the DeForest Jimmy John's for about 5 years.
Okay.
Right after that first year of school, jumped in. I wanted to get in the working career and make some money and do my own thing. So that's where I started, and then
Yeah,
then,
but you're the diamond guy.
Then I became the diamond guy.
And that's the only job where sometimes it's okay to throw rocks at girls.
Yes, they like that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, they enjoy big beautiful diamonds, and they love looking at them. So I was happy to present some of those options to them.
One of my buddies is Scott Chalmers.
Oh yeah,
love Scott.
I've never met Scott. Heard about him, but never.
He's a good guy, and he I mean, it's just funny. Everything I had, well, most of the stuff I had was through Scott. There's another jeweler I have that's down in St. Thomas, and we call him George, but his name is Gobin, and he owns House of Raja.
Okay.
And I have stories about this guy. Oh my gosh! But every time somebody goes to St. Thomas, I'm always telling them, you got to go to House of Raja. Trust me, and go in and tell them that I sent you, and watch what happens.
Yeah.
This guy just, I mean, all of a sudden the wine comes out, or beer, or whatever, and he's got more gold and diamonds and Rolexes and stuff, and it's great deals. But plus, you pay no tax.
Sure.
But it's fun being a jeweler. I mean,
yeah, it was.
All the ladies like you.
Yeah. So I worked for Kessler's Diamonds.
Oh yeah.
So a rival to Mr. Scott Chalmer on the west side of Madison there, and it was such a great company to work for. Shout out to them. Had a great experience there. Things for me just didn't work out in the retrospect of COVID happened.
So did they shut down during COVID?
Not completely. They kept a few people on, but pretty much, I would say 99% of the company was furloughed.
Okay.
But they had people to serve. They had people with jewelry repairs. They had people still getting married.
Wow.
So they had to keep the doors open, and they were able to come back stronger than ever, from my understanding. So.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, I met Terry during COVID. I had a grandson during COVID.
Sure.
I mean, this. Great time in my life.
Yeah. There's a lot of people. Hey, they were hunkered down, and there's nothing else to do besides learn a little bit more about your partner.
So how did your relationship with Andy come about, and then the insurance career? Why insurance? Because people always ask me, why real estate?
Yeah, it's a great question, and one that I'll always answer for the rest of my life, because it's one of the things I was very passionate about. I wouldn't say insurance in general. I always thought insurance was kind of annoying because you just as a customer, if you're ill-informed, you don't know, and most of us are, and not to a fault. It's just the insurance industry is a little odd.
Right.
So I come from the nature of helping people, and that's all I did when I was at Kessler's. I didn't have to sell anybody anything. It was, hey, this is what we have, and this is what I can do to help. So this is very much a linear focus towards that.
Sure.
It was helping people. It wasn't, hey, you have to sell this product. It was, hey, you have State Farm, a Fortune 30 company, and these are the products we offer. Now go help people. Great. I'm happy with that. That's fantastic. After I was laid off, I took some time with myself and my family.
Yeah.
Laid off from the jewelry store, and took some time with my wife, my kids. At the time, I thought that was never going to end.
Okay.
And I was like, oh gosh, I don't know if this is going to work out forever. But it was a blessing in disguise, because I got 4 solid months with my family, which I'll never ever forget.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm going to be working for a very, very long period of my life.
Sure.
But no, then I said, hey, let's find something a little bit more stable, maybe a little bit more ebb and flow with market. Jewelry is obviously one of those things that can come and go.
Right.
But insurance, everybody needs. So that was something that I definitely wanted to get into. My grandfather was an Allstate agent for many, many, many years. He had a good life, retired, very well, and I was able to support 7 kids. So I said, hey, if he can do it with 7 kids, I can do it with 2.
That's right. There you go.
Why? That's how I got there.
Why Andy?
Because he's the best State Farm agent in Sun Prairie. I mean, we're a top 1% of all State Farm agents in the nation.
Oh, wow.
Which, to put into perspective, there's over 19,000, almost pushing 20,000 agents now.
Wow.
And we were able to be fortunate enough to be in that top 1%. So it just means we're helping more people every single day. And it's a testament to the people in our community. And Sun Prairie is where we call home, but we're licensed in the entire state of Wisconsin. So I have customers where I grew up in Kenosha. We go north.
Wait, you pointed up with Kenosha.
Well, I guess down, southeast. It's just a hand thing.
A Kenosha kid.
A Kenosha kid. Yeah.
Is it Racine or Racine?
Racine.
Oh, it's Racine.
No, that's not. They're not racing there. It's just the city of Racine.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I've heard it both ways.
That's okay.
All right.
That works for me.
Kenosha.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Born and raised there, and moved up here again. I was about 17 or 18. Hard to do the math, but yeah.
So what was it up here that Kelsey you followed Kelsey up here?
Yeah.
What was that about?
Her father.
What?
Her father was here.
Okay.
So her mother lived in Kenosha.
Okay.
So she was born and raised there most of her life. She, did the whole commuting thing, separated family. But she never spent an elongated period of time with her dad.
Okay.
So she said after high school, this was something that she really wanted to do. So she was also at Whitewater. So she came up by her dad after school, during school, and I said, I want to be around you, and I want to be near you. And thankfully, they welcomed me. Her father and her stepmother at the time welcomed me into their home.
Oh.
So I was able to be fortunate enough to have people like that in my life to help take me in as I was a young 17, 18-year-old kid.
Wow.
So it was definitely a blessing. Learned a lot from them, and now we're here today because, again, we took our next steps as a couple, moved out, got our own place,
Sure.
The American dream.
Oh man, that's something. I love that story. That's pretty cool. Now, folks, I gotta tell you, he does have one negative.
What's that?
Cubs fan.
Oh man.
Dude, what's that about? Kenosha, it's Wisconsin.
Yeah.
We're talking Brewers, baby.
Yeah. Well, you go to Kenosha, there's a lot more Cubs fans than
What?
Oh yeah.
That should be Illinois.
You're right on the border there.
Yeah, kick them out.
Right on the border. No, that's a family tie that I have. My grandmother, my late grandmother, big Cubs fan.
Oh yeah.
There's not a bigger Cubs fan than she.
How big?
She I don't think she missed a game.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. I mean not in person.
Okay.
But she always had them on TV. Big Ernie Banks fan.
Okay.
Big '69 Cubs. I mean she has a letter. I have a letter now. She typed a letter handwrote a letter to Ernie Banks. He replied back, and right on the letter he signed it and he typed it, of course. So maybe it wasn't Ernie Banks, but I haven't gotten it looked at yet to see. But the signature looks authentic.
Well, Winona Brewster wants you to know, go Cubs!
There we go.
Winona, I used to love you. Now I'm not sure anymore, but now I do. She's an awesome lady.
Yeah.
Andy, good morning. Mr. Ayers himself is watching. Jeannie Kerr, good morning. Jeff Jeff Wilkins is on.
There you go.
Hey, Jeff, good morning to you. So for me, growing up in Michigan, I was a big Tigers fan. This was back in the 70s, though.
Oh.
And early 70s, and Al Kaline and all Gates Brown and Mickey Stanley and oh man, but also Cincinnati Reds, because my first baseball game I ever went to was Cincinnati Reds.
Sure.
And nobody beats Pete Rose.
Sure.
And yes, he does need to be in the Hall of Fame, but
sure.
we'll get to that one day.
Yeah, right.
He'll have to die first, and then they'll put him in there.
That's how it works.
Just to
with
tick him off, you know. They're like, nah, you didn't get to celebrate that one, Pete. Come on. Cubs fan. Oh, my gosh. Hey, you're a big service guy, too. I mean, you and I both are.
Yeah.
We're talking a little bit about that with the Lions Club. Kelsey says, Lennon and Caden say hi, Dad.
Oh, that's good. Hi, Caden and Lennon. I didn't know they were up watching. I thought they'd be eating breakfast and going to school.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's 7:30, I suppose. It's a little early for that.
Deanne Schneider says, so fun. Hi, guys.
Oh, I love Deanne.
Oh, man. You should be honest. Andy's saying good morning, too. He's up early, Andy. I just want you to know. Pay him extra today.
Yeah.
Just, pay him extra. He's up here early, 7 o'clock in the morning. On the show, ready to go.
Yep.
I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, we're service guys.
Yeah, service.
So, Lions Club. Why the Lions Club? What was it for you? Now, as the incoming membership director for our club this year, I started that in June or July, something like that. Tell me why you decided on Lions and not something else.
Well, I had a great customer of mine come to me, and I think that was really the starting point. Is I wasn't really looking for anything.
Yeah.
But good Lion Bill Lund.
Oh, really?
He recruited me, and he's, again, great customer of mine and of our agency. And he said, hey, Matt, I think you'd be a great fit. Would you potentially want to come to a meeting, check it out? And at first, I was a little hesitant. I didn't know if I'd be able to give enough time.
Sure. Everybody says that.
Yeah, and I think that's a common theme, and
sure.
Just you want to make sure you're doing your part. And that was really my thing. Is I didn't want to overcommit to something and then be that guy who's unavailable. And I'm trying to juggle it. I wish I was still there more with the two young kiddos. Not to make any excuses, but two young kiddos, working career, all that good stuff. It keeps me busy. I try to make as many meetings and events as I can. But yeah, one of the biggest reasons why I chose the Lions Club was it was a trickle down effect. My wife's father was also a Lions member for many years. He was a DeForest Lion member. And I saw what he did for the community. I saw how dedicated he was, and I just it's great to give back, and it's not always monetary. It's time.
Sure. Time, talent, and treasure is what I call it.
That makes sense. I love that.
If you can't give your time, you can give your talent. If you can't give your talent, you can give your treasures, or change that any way you want.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So it was something I definitely hold near and dear to my heart, and being able to help people at that Sunshine Supper and the things we do for eye care, and there's just so many different things that the Lions is a part of with kids. There's no better organization out there.
In the next year, we're going to really display everything that we do. A lot of people don't really understand what the Lions Club, Sun Prairie Lions Club, is all about, and so I've made it a mission to make that happen this year and really focus on what our things, our service-oriented things that we do. I think it's amazing, to be honest. When you come to me, Jeff Robbins, our own Jeff Robbins, who's the executive director here at the Media Center, he joined last Thursday. He was sworn in. I'm his mentor now, which I think is funny because he's been my mentor here at the radio station. So it's now, and he's amazed at how many people we have at meetings.
Yeah, it's a crowd.
And when you have 40 or 50 people, men and women, at a meeting for a service organization, that's huge. Yeah. That gives you the message. Yep. And I know some of the other organizations, they'll have maybe 4 people at a lunch. Yeah. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's hard to get the juices flowing.
Yeah. Or, Madison, though, they have the downtown Rotary. That used to be one of the largest rotaries in the United States, if not the world. Sure. That's now shrunk, too, but our lines just keep growing. Yep. We're about 90-some members in Sun Prairie. Yeah. But I think it's a cool organization.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, absolutely.
Jim McCourt brought me in to Lions, and I was looking for something. I couldn't figure out if I was going to do Rotary or Optimus. I'm a Knight of Columbus. That's a little different, though. I was trying to decide what to do. Sure. Couldn't figure it out. Jim says, well, why don't you come and watch what we do? Right. I'm like, watch what you do? Yeah. I walked into that meeting room. I'm like, oh, my gosh. Mm-hmm. Now, we have a clubhouse, folks, out by the Diesel Driving School. And it's a beautiful clubhouse. In fact, the YMCA uses that in the summertime. Right. And a few hundred kids are out there using the club when we're not there. But I was just blown away by how many people are associated with that. Yeah. My first activity was the Barstool Open, first year, and you got 40 people going downtown to watch people do putt-putt golf.
Yeah.
But I was like, 40 people in an activity? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's something else. Yeah. So your father-in-law is a Lion?
Previous member.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe, and I don't want to be quoted on this because I'm not too certain. I believe he's no longer a member. I
wonder why.
I'm not sure.
Bring him back, dude.
Yeah.
Get him to Sun Prairie.
Yeah.
You know?
There you go.
I think service organizations are vital for our communities. And I think we have to. And how old are you?
Coming up on 30.
Wow. So you're 29 years old and you're in a service organization. That's unique.
Yeah.
And we need to really work on that age bracket for all of our organizations out there because it's important. That's how you keep a community strong.
Yep.
And you pull together and you take care of stuff all together.
Yeah, having a diverse age range is definitely beneficial. Again, you put more heads together, you get the young guy's perspective and the old guy's perspective, and you come together with a good track. I mean, that's really what it's all about.
Oh, yeah,
so.
that's true.
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking to Matt Steinmetz here this morning on Good Morning Sun Prairie. Glad that you could join us. Chris Thomas, thank you. Tina Rowe, good to see you on the Facebook. If you'd like, and you're listening to the show on the radio, you're always welcome to follow us on Facebook right now, Facebook Live. Go to Baker William J. You can see us there. Go ahead and say hi. Say good morning to us. Love to have you there. You can also stream the show by going to sunprairiemediacenter.com, and you can stream the show there live. You can download the app, which a lot of people do for football, when I'm calling football and baseball. You can listen to all the games right on the app, which is really cool. So you've got all the things that you need to always stay in tune with what we're doing. If you miss the show, you can go back and get it on demand.
That's how I do it.
You do?
Sometimes.
Oh, man.
Well, on Facebook anyway.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Real estate stuff?
Yeah, I'm watching usually the Wednesday show.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not up this early.
Oh, dude.
But I can go back and watch it.
I haven't been up since 4:30.
Yeah, that's
The eyes show it.
it's a bit much.
Man, I saw 11 o'clock. I saw 1. I saw every hour last night.
Oh, man.
And I don't know why. I was tired, too.
Yeah.
But it was that post-Easter hangover, I think.
Sure.
So how was your Easter?
It was fantastic.
Man, when you got young kids, it's a blast.
It was a blast. You know, we had a big gathering at our home. Finally, we had the space to do it, which is fantastic. So we had my whole, nearly, mostly a lot of people on on my wife's side.
Okay.
So her mom, dad, the whole 9 yards, aunts, uncles, cousins. It was great. We had a big ham roast.
Did you?
My wife's mother smoked a ham.
Okay.
Which is really good.
Yeah.
She put a glaze on it.
Oh, man.
I've never had ham that good.
Oh,
I'm not usually a big ham guy, but she kicked it out of the park.
Okay.
So we did a ham. We did the whole snacks and deviled eggs, and we actually had an egg race. I came up with that on the fly. I don't know if we were just having a good time. I said, hey, let's make a game out of it. I should have probably set some rules because we did the spoon egg race.
Okay.
Right, and I did a little obstacle course in the back. And
that's funny.
We had people putting their thumb on the egg. I said no rules.
Oh my gosh.
My own fault. But hey, the winner got a $20 bill.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got to come to your
My
house.
wife's probably not too happy about that, but
I got to come to your house.
It was in spirit.
I'm telling you.
It was good. No, it was a great Easter, but definitely caught up with me this morning.
Well, I had, so I'm a Kentucky kid.
Okay.
And you're saying that you don't really like ham. I got to tell you about this ham. So Terry and I were down in Kentucky visiting my dad. I mean, because it came up on our 1-year anniversary of my mom's death. And so we went down to be with Dad to make sure everything was okay. I want to make sure, I mean, it's hard for all of us, but especially for him at 81, 82. And so anyway, we went down there. He was fine. He was like, fine. Leave me alone. I'm okay. But while we were there, Terry decided that we're going to bring home a country ham. Now, country ham's a little different. Okay, it's a whole lot different. It's not this honey-baked ham, spiral cut stuff. A country ham is a cured ham, not smoked.
Yeah.
It's cured in a salt brine solution. A lot of times you'll see the hams are white.
Yeah, I've seen them at Costco before, right?
I don't know.
I think
I've never seen them at Costco.
It's weird because they're sitting in a cellophane packaged, not on a cooler or
Right.
anything, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And so you keep it. You can refrigerate it, but you serve it at room temperature.
Mhm.
Everybody wants to heat it. Well, it's really salty. It's an acquired taste. But so we bought this ham. It was $70 for this ham,
Oh wow.
and I think maybe 3 of the 8 of us ate it. So the trick is you put different, like you can put jellies, you can put horseradish, you put it on a biscuit or a roll or something like that. But eating it straight up, oh, most people don't like it. And I was keeping my fingers crossed. She really wanted to do this,
Yeah.
and we were over at her son Ben's and Natalie's house, and his dad was there with his girlfriend, and Jacob and Jess, her daughter, or Terry's daughter and son-in-law, and so just watching people. And I'm sitting back, I'm like, oh my God, here we go. I mean, we got a lot of ham. I'm talking $70 for a ham is a lot.
How many pounds was it?
I want to say I thought it was 11 pounds. Or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
That's a. I know. Yeah, we got a lot.
Big one.
We got a lot of ham at home. You want
Yeah.
some?
Well, you're not talking it up too good.
No, I know. I like it. I have no problem with it, but it is an acquired taste. And anybody on Facebook, you ever have country ham? Well, no, you have to have had country ham, because she knows my my family down in Kentucky, which I think
Okay.
is funny. Yeah.
Well, how many pounds of ham do you have to eat before you acquire the taste?
Well, here's the thing. After you eat it, now you're chasing water the rest of the day. I've got a tumbler here that's 40 ounces. Well, I went through a couple of those late afternoon yesterday and last night. So I went through 80 ounces of water, and I was still thirsty. And I think that's probably why I didn't sleep. But
Sure.
country ham,
Yeah, country ham it is.
honey baked ham, I'll do.
Yeah.
Honey baked I can do. But
Yeah, my wife's mother, Jenny,
Uh-huh.
she put this, honey glaze on the outside, and I
Oh,
warmed
yeah.
it. She smoked it, brought it to my house, and then I just warmed it up on the grill, in the tinfoil pan.
Yeah.
Let it go for a few hours, and man, that thing was so good.
my mouth's watering.
Yeah.
What'd you have with it?
Gosh, we had the whole 9 yards.
Did you?
When my wife's family is involved with Easter or
food.
Christmas or anything, food, we could feed an entire army. It's a lot of food. It's always a conversation of are we going to have too much food? That's the question I ask, but it's instilled in my family or my wife's family. They ask the question, hey, are we sure we got enough?
Always have more than you need.
And well, we got again tens of thousands of more things that we need. Potatoes, again, deviled eggs. There was probably
Deviled eggs.
There's probably 40 deviled eggs.
Oh, man.
They were very good.
Yeah.
I had a few.
Okay.
But yeah, there was the whole spread. So.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Yeah.
good for you. Now, so did you guys hide eggs or anything?
Yeah.
Especially for Caden,
Yep.
because he can go find them.
Yeah.
Lennon's not ready yet.
Lennon was out there.
Oh, yeah?
She's
Okay.
coming up on 2 years old here in July. She's been walking since she was 11 months old, which is a scary thing when you think
Oh, my
about it.
gosh.
That's early. I mean,
Yeah.
she was getting into stuff at a much younger age than we anticipated.
She looks just like her mom,
Yeah, she's beautiful. They both are.
They are.
But yeah, Lennon is a very beautiful girl. Very fortunate to be blessed with the good looks from her mom and not her dad. Because I don't have good looks.
Well, I didn't want to say that.
Yeah,
Well, it's
It's pretty obvious, Bill.
Well, two of us. I mean, that's why I'm on radio. I've got the face for radio.
That's what I told you this morning.
I
see?
know, man.
Yeah.
Hey, so here, Winona, I love this woman to death, and so I have to pick on her a little bit. But she says, "Remember, I'm a vegetarian,"
Oh,
which I knew.
We had veggies.
But here you go. My mom made a great country ham, and we would have scalloped potatoes and ham for 2 weeks after. 7 in the family. Oh my gosh! And then C. Matthew says you can never have too much ham for leftovers. Ham salad, navy bean. You're damn right. We're doing that actually. We're going to make bean soup, and I'm so proud that you said navy bean, because Terry and I were arguing, well, what kind of beans do you use? Now, here's the thing. Do you smash the beans, or do you keep them whole? Because if you smash them, it gives it a white color.
Yeah.
A little bit more flavor to it.
Yeah.
And ham sandwiches, of course.
Yep.
Well, I may have a ham sandwich later today with country ham and mustard.
What kind of mustard?
I don't know. I probably some Grey Poupon.
Oh yeah. Just the original. Huh?
Gotta have it. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Emerson blender? What? What's Emerson blender?
Immersion blender?
I don't know. That's what he said.
It says immersion blender?
It says Emerson blender. You're gonna blend it up? You blend the beans up? No way, dude.
Yeah, with an immersion blender.
No, you put them in there.
I think you do the combination of both. You smash some and you
Oh yeah.
leave some home. Yeah.
Stephen Elmer's on. Stephen, hey, glad you picked up your yard sign. Thanks, buddy. Now, if I could get Diana to come over and pick up her yard sign, that would be great too. All these politicians, they just leave their yard signs everywhere.
Oh,
yeah, I know. You missed the election here.
Yeah.
Fort Atkinson guy now.
Yeah, Fort Atkinson guy now. So I'm not privy to the Sun Prairie things in that perspective.
Oh, we'll make sure you are, buddy.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I'm still here.
Yeah. But I understand why you moved there. I get it, dude.
Yeah.
I do. I really do.
It was a great house. It was, yeah.
You couldn't pass it up.
No, it's just we were losing a lot here in Dade County. We really wanted to be Sun Prairie DeForest. But yeah, just didn't work out the way we had planned, and doesn't mean we can't come back.
Yeah, I know. I get you. I get it.
Yeah.
Today there's 18 homes. I'm sorry, there are 20 active homes for sale. Of that 20, there are actually only 17 because 3 of them are ghost listings.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So what question do you want to ask me?
Well, I know what a ghost listing is.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm impressed.
I was watching your show last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ghost listing, for those that don't listen to my Wednesday show, which I don't know why you don't, those are listings that are fake. They're new construction that may be built, or they're in the process of being built. And so there's actually only 17 homes. Median price right now is $479,000.
Of those 17?
Of those 17, that's the
Wow.
median price of it.
Yeah.
But there are 6 homes under $350,000.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, here's the thing though, and you know this from looking for a house. It's because of all the competition that's out there, and the competition, folks, is because there's not enough houses and the demand is very high.
Yep.
You have this bidding process that goes on, and the price runs up. Well, where do you start looking? At what price point do you start looking? What I mean by that, let's say that you're looking for a $300,000 home.
Right.
And we know that the prices are going up and up and up, and there's bidding on there.
Mm-hmm.
What price point do you start searching for a home? 350 or 250, 200?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you search at 300 and that's your max that you're going to be able to get a mortgage for, it's going to go for 320.
Right. You won't be nearly as competitive at that point.
Right. And we had the same problem. We were looking for a house, and we ran into the same problem.
Sure.
It's like, what price point do you search for?
Right.
But here's what's people, and I talked about this last week, I don't know if you caught it or not. There are 9 homes that are getting ready to come onto the market. They're called delayed listings.
Mm-hmm.
9 of them with a median price of $399.
Okay.
So there's your secret. And if you've got a good agent, they're showing you those, and then they're showing you how to go buy those before they hit the market.
So they're coming, is what you're saying.
They're coming. Coming soon.
There you go.
To a yard sign near you.
We all need them. That's for sure. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle. Good morning, Kyle Broom, Badger Realty. Nice job. Good to have you on here. So that's the secret to buying right now in this market is you've got to look at off-market properties, and that's where the bidding is not happening.
Sure.
But here's what you need to know. So of the 18 homes that have been sold year to date, or month to date, since the beginning of April, only 8 of them had competing offers.
Really?
So 44% had competing offers, which is down almost 10%. So if it was sold in April, it closed in April, it means it was sold in March, probably. And so it's showing you a trend a little bit there. Maybe less competing.
Interesting.
But we'll see.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't have enough of the statistic to really tell you what it's about.
Sure.
So now people have already started jumping on this. All the armchair quarterbacks in real estate are saying, the market's down now because interest rates went down. Actually, the opposite's happened.
Right.
The activity's picked up because people don't want to get a higher rate.
Right.
It's going to be.
Yeah, my sister was just looking for a house in the Kenosha area, and fortunately, she owned her first home now for I think 5 or 6 years.
Okay, had good equity in it.
Great equity. So she was able to play around a lot with just different specifics to her offer and the accepted offer she took as a homeowner.
Sure.
To list and sell and buy. Yeah, she was very fortunate, but she had a house that did not appraise out.
The one she bought?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she went about 40 over asking.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And it appraised for list price. Which was about $399.
Okay.
And she ended up getting a negotiation with the other sellers, which I thought was very interesting.
Okay. What do you mean?
To come down to $425. But she said she was going to fill that gap to $440 initially.
Oh, she did. So her contract said that she'd make up the difference.
Correct.
And
she can with the equity that she had, but she was able to renegotiate with them to get them down to $425, which I thought was interesting. Why would they do that?
Yeah. Did she buy? Was it represented by anybody, or was it a for sale by owner?
I think it was represented by somebody.
Wow.
I'm not too certain who. She had a Remax agent of some kind.
Okay. So what he's saying, what Matt just said, is that his sister bought a house, and in one of the contingencies about the appraisal, she agreed in the contract, in the original offer that was accepted, that she would make up the difference if the appraisal didn't match the offer price.
Right.
But she was able to go back to the seller, and the seller negotiated to bring the value down to make it a little bit better for her.
Yeah.
Wow. She is one lucky lady.
Yeah, I was shocked to hear that.
She is one lucky lady.
So.
Because they could have held her to that.
Right.
And all they have to do is wait to go to closing.
Right.
And if she doesn't perform, then it's failure to perform.
Right.
And so now you have a contract issue.
Right. Now there's loss of,
Earnest money?
Earnest money.
Not necessarily.
No.
Not necessarily. It's not just that cut and dry.
Cut and dry? Okay.
Nope. One party can't determine the other one's what's happening. It's not unilateral. And so, that was actually a blessing for her.
Yeah.
Because I know there's people out there who have held her feet to the fire and said,
Sure.
yeah, this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, wow, must be those good Kenosha people.
Yeah. Maybe her agent is just top notch.
I have a friend down there, Korndorfer Homes.
Sure.
Wolf Korndorfer.
I've heard the name.
Yep, he does a lot of new construction down there.
Yeah.
Does such a fantastic job. Well, good for her.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on right now. There's in the offer situation where contingencies are being dropped.
Mm-hmm.
No inspection, no appraisal, no financing. Cash is king right now.
Right.
I hate to say that, but I make it sound like it's a bad thing. But I have people that I've positioned where they have cash also.
Right.
So what I mean by that is I've already had them sell their house,
Mm-hmm.
and so maybe they're renting. Maybe they're in a 6-month rental. I've actually had people in a year's rental agreement and not worried about it because of the equity that was received on their property. They would go back and sublet or talk to the property manager. And since rents are going up 15 to 20% like monthly,
That's crazy.
it is. So most of them will adjust to that or allow it to happen.
Yeah.
But it's something else. But the hardest thing for me is being an insurance guy too, is that the lack of inspection.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want to know what's going on in the house. A lot of times the home inspector will see things that I don't see.
Right.
And I don't play a home inspector, not even on TV.
No.
I can't do it.
Well, you might be able to act your way through that.
Well, I could fake it, I guess. But so a lot of times what I'll do is I'll write in a home inspection, but that the buyer will cover all costs of repairs or something like that, or maybe $5,000 of total cost of repairs.
Sure.
Which is really deceiving, because what that says is nothing.
Yeah, because you can still file a notice of defects. Correct.
Yes, you can.
So
but the buyer's already agreed to pay for $5,000 of those.
Right.
So that means that they've already agreed to pick up the defects. But here's the thing is that repairs don't have to be done. So in other words, what's happening is, Johnny Danger, good morning. Good to see you, buddy. So they don't have to do the work. It's their house.
Right.
They've just agreed to cover that cost.
Right. That makes sense.
So if it's a hot water heater that's on its last life, at the end of its life, I love those terms, they don't have to replace it like right then and there. They could get in there and go, oh, okay, we'll fix it when it goes dead or whatever.
Right.
But
makes sense.
So there's some strategies that are out there. Unfortunately, not all real estate agents know them.
Right.
And so you got to really be careful with that.
Mm-hmm.
And there are strategies, and I've given several right here that a lot of agents have no clue about.
Right.
And that delayed listings are the secret sauce of getting them successful.
Sure.
And I'm about 70% right now on accepted offer to offer.
That's really good.
Which ain't bad. Oh, I know.
Yeah, we got, we had 5 or 6 or 7 offers not accepted.
Right.
We made a agent change, which was definitely in our best interest.
Yeah. Sometimes, we'll talk about that. Why did you do that?
We just felt our strengths weren't being utilized, like the things that we could do as buyers. They weren't really recognized.
Oh, wow.
And
you're going to have to expand on that, dude.
Yeah, so we don't have, again, so we're renters.
Yeah.
Or before this, we were renters. So we didn't sell a house. We didn't have a ton of equity in it. Or we had no equity. We were renting. And 2 young kids, a lot of expenses, right? So we're not coming to the table with a cash offer or hey, we're going to fill a $50,000 appraisal gap. That wasn't what we could do, although that's what the market was leaning towards.
Sure.
Even 6 months ago.
Right.
So that was how we were supposed to be competitive. But there were so many ways to do it differently that our agent at the time just wasn't recognizing. We were walking through houses and my wife and I said, through the house, we don't love it, we hate it, this is not the house for us. And we'd walk out and talk on the front lawn, and our agent would ask, so do you want to put in an offer?
Aren't you listening?
And I'm like, no, I don't want to put in an offer. I just told you all the things I don't like and what we wouldn't want to do. But yeah, shout out to Deanne Schneider. She was with Build Realty Network.
Oh yeah, she's awesome.
We got with her, late November, and yeah, what a game changer that was. Having somebody who's knowledgeable, like yourself in this industry, knowing all the different ins and outs. She was top notch. Not only from a buying perspective, but from a listing and a building perspective.
Oh, sure.
She's working with Andy right now, and she's drawing up plans for the builders.
Oh my gosh.
So she's just got that different edge to her, and there are really good real estate agents out there.
Yeah, but you got to find them, man.
But you have to find them. You have to vet them. You have to interview them. You have to ask a lot of questions.
You do.
And the people who have all the answers.
Right.
Good real estate agents don't always have all the answers, right?
That's true.
We can agree that asking questions and being honest. Hey, if I don't have the answer, I'm gonna find it.
Right.
Yes.
I'm going to say this too. If you're interviewing a real estate agent and they lead with how many houses they sell, run.
Yeah.
Run. It's not about how many houses they sell. If they lead with somebody like, hey, you need to talk to Matt Steinmetz and hear what they had to say about me, or it's that personal touch. That's what you want, and how an agent has your back.
Right.
It's not how many homes, because there are what I call mills that are out there. It's like a puppy mill where they're selling so many houses they have no idea which end is up, and they're the ones standing on the front yard going, so do you want to write an offer? Well, didn't you hear what we said? We don't like this house.
Right.
Those are the people you got to avoid. And I'll have arrows in my back later today from saying that, and some hate mail. And
yeah, the statement that was used was, we're not in the business of touring homes.
What?
That's what was told to me by this previous agent. We're not in the business of touring homes. I said, well, I don't know what I like unless I see it.
Right.
We gotta look at it. I can't.
Oh
pictures,
my gosh! You never told me that.
Yeah. Yeah, pictures tell part of the story, right?
Yeah.
It gets you interested.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
Yeah, and there are a lot of different photos out there, right? And different different angles and wide angle lenses that you can use, but without actually seeing the house, how do you really know?
Yeah.
And yeah, we were told, hey, we're not in the business of touring homes. To which I said, well, I am. I'm the buyer.
I'm the buyer.
I need to find a house I like, and by doing so, I need to see the house.
Right. Hey, Deanne says, aw, thank you for the plug. Hey, Deanne, what you need to do is be on my Wednesday show. That would be fun.
Yeah.
You and Laura Stanfield and I, we'll have to connect after the show and get you on here, and we'll talk about exactly what he's saying.
Yep.
Insurance is similar.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, insurance, there are 100 different insurance agents in Sun Prairie, probably. How do you differentiate yourself from other agents that are out there?
Yeah, that's a great question, and one that is very easily answered. I mean, we have that personal touch. You know, like you said, just being there for your clients. That's what it's about for us. Whether it's, you had a small house fire. We were just out at a house the other day.
Oh, wow.
Small house fire. We showed up because that's what good neighbors do, and it may sound like a cliche because that's our motto, but that's what you need in the event that something bad happens. Is somebody there to help you walk through the next steps, because nobody knows, right? It's hey, I have no idea. There's not one person that's come to me and said, hey, I know this is how it works.
Right.
Let's do it, because it just doesn't happen often, thankfully. Especially with homes. You know, homeowners claims on average happen once every 17 years.
Oh, really?
You're just not going to know, right?
Sure.
Auto claims, maybe a little bit different. Maybe you've been through one. Most of us probably have.
Mm-hmm.
But no matter the process that we have, we're always there. So that's
right.
really what differentiates us. There's a lot of, independent agents, right? So your
mm-hmm.
brokers in
right.
insurance. Then there's your exclusive agents, or what we call captive agents.
So that's Andy?
Which is Andy and myself.
Right.
So we work for State Farm, and we only have State Farm products.
Right.
Where your independent agents, they can shop many
sure.
different companies. They can't shop State Farm because we're not in that market.
Right.
But that's a big thing, is we don't just sell the product, we also service it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a one-stop shop for everything: home, auto, life, business, small business insurance. We do it all. So it's differentiating ourselves from having that personal touch. That one-stop shop is super key.
And I think that's so important. I really do, because I think you got to stay local, stay hyper-local. The internet is not how you do business.
Right.
I hate to say that. I mean, I buy stuff on the internet all the time.
Sure.
But I will say I'm guilty of buying insurance that way. I have done that.
Sure.
But when you have a problem is when you realize that you made a mistake.
Right.
Because there's nobody there that's going to look at you and go, Bill, I'll take care of this. I'll be right over.
Right.
You just had a small house fire, and your insurance agent is standing at the door going, what do we need to do to help you? Look, we're going to get this in here. We're going to get that done, taken care of. But the internet is not going to have somebody that's sitting in a room that's filled with 300 cubicles that are taking phone calls, if you actually can talk to somebody.
Right.
And folks, I think that is so important. Use your local folks.
Right.
And I'll even go one step further. It may cost you more to use local, but do it anyway.
I actually
do it anyway.
And to that point, right? It actually might end up
being
costing you less.
Right.
Because especially with homeowners claims, right? We're talking once every 17 years. We got to get it right. We don't want to make a ton of claims to where your rates can be affected. We pay out $0. You don't meet your deductible.
Sure.
So when we were at the small house fire, we were on site with a local restoration company.
Okay.
We got a restoration company out there at 10 a.m. There was another one on the books to come out at 2 p.m.
Wow.
And these are people that we contacted that we know in the community. And they're going to come out and say, hey, this is where we're at.
Right.
I am no professional in restoration. I'm not, like I said, not going to play one on TV.
Right.
Because that's just not what I do. But we're going to get the professionals out there before we even start the claim process. There might be some cut and dry cases.
Sure.
Right? But that's, with homeowners claims, they never usually are.
Okay.
Because you have that deductible you need to meet, and yeah, if you have $1,000 deductible and the damages are $1,200, probably not the best claim to file,
Right.
because we're paying out $200, you're paying out $1,000, and now your rates can potentially be affected. So by getting that professional out there, they can walk through the premise, see what needs to be done,
Sure.
and give us a ballpark. Hey, hey, what's the cause of loss? Is this something that's actually going to be covered?
Right.
Because we file a $0 payout claim,
Mhm.
and your rates can be affected, and you get nothing out of it.
Yeah, but the law says that your rates should not be affected by the amount of claims that you had.
Oh, I don't think that's a law, Bill.
Yeah, it is.
No,
Yeah.
Frequency and severity of claims
Oh.
can affect your rates. Yeah, that's one of the determining factors. Yeah. Depending on the type of claim, right?
Okay.
Weather related versus non-weather related
Right.
can be a difference, depending on whether you actually have an additional charge. But yeah, the insurance industry everywhere. If you make more claims, your rates can be affected.
I have to get Sean Dilwig on the phone.
Sure.
He's a former insurance commissioner,
Okay.
a buddy of mine. We talk about this all the time.
Sure.
So here's the thing. I have a friend, Paul Weiss. Paul owns Weiss Risk Management. He's an insurance agent
Okay.
that does not work for the insurance companies.
Okay.
He works for the insurer, insurer,
Sure.
the client.
Sure.
So they pay him directly.
Interesting.
And Channel 3, a bunch of school districts, Jerry Fauci, Fauci Foundation, all that. I can't remember all his clients and all that, but they pay him. Baker Healthcare, my old company,
Mhm.
I had him on retainer. One of the issues was about latex products in our warehouse, and being concerned about that. And Paul's like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
If you get sued, because I'm the distributor, I sell it to you. You give it to somebody else. They get the reaction to latex and all that. They're going to sue up the ladder anyway."
Yeah.
And said, what we'll do, he says, the amount of money that we'll save by not having that coverage, he says, don't worry about it. He says, everything will come out. So he was there to support us in claims. And having, I had 6 different delivery trucks and all that, we always getting hit with something. I mean, the broken windshield scam is the best one. And what they do is they call, somebody will have a broken windshield, and they will see a corporate truck, doesn't matter who it is, and they see a Baker Healthcare logo on the back with the phone number on. They call and they say, your truck just threw a rock and broke my windshield. We want you to fix it or we're going to sue you. And Paul would say, sue us. Go ahead, sue us.
Yeah.
Well, aren't you going to fix it? No. I mean, so we put the pit bull on
Sure.
the people, but there's always the scams and stuff.
Oh, sure.
But,
Yeah, they're everywhere. Yeah.
but I think it's so vital to have somebody local, and I preach that all the time. Whether it's mortgages, the realtor themselves, insurance agent, go local. And like I said, even if it costs a little bit more, build that relationship.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, like you said.
Right, and then the loyalty needs to stick. I mean, rates are going to go up, they're going to go down. Oh, they never go down?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Yeah.
Andy, write that down. He did say that. I'm going to check that
Yeah,
out.
I mean, we've been fortunate enough. Again, we've been doing this 100 years. This is our 100th year in business. We were founded in 1922 by a farmer.
Andy doesn't look that old.
Well,
you mean State Farm?
Our agency's not been in business that long.
Oh, okay.
But State Farm as a whole has been. And when you have that type of rapport,
Yeah.
not just with, again, the local side, but now we have a small business, but we're protected by a Fortune 30 company. Right, so there's the backing of State Farm, but you get that local feel, which is not common in the industry.
Okay.
So when you build that relationship, right, you're not only getting that local spot, you're also getting State Farm as a whole. And there's so many people behind me that I talk to on any given day that nobody's ever going to know, but they're where I get my information from. And when you're in the business for 100 years, you have the ability, as a mutual company, right? We're not owned by any of our. We have no investors, right? We're the largest organically grown company in the history of the world. State Farm has grown customer after customer. We don't buy the little guy. We haven't sold shares. We don't do that. And when you have that rapport for 100 years, you can make sure the rates make sense for the risk, right? So we're not changing our rates here in Wisconsin based on what happens in Texas.
I hope not.
We're not.
I hope not.
Your stock companies are certainly doing that. Because again, it's in the best business of ownership.
Yeah.
It's to potentially change rates to accommodate all the losses that they've had. But for us here in Wisconsin, we keep it local. So what happens here in Madison, the state of Wisconsin, but again, we localize it to the city you live in, because the risk can be different in downtown city of Milwaukee versus maybe the suburbs of Sun Prairie. So we do a very good job at pricing the risk, and for that we have those increases or decreases, right? That can be a lot less volatile than some other insurance companies that I can speak of that just took a 13.5% increase.
Wow.
Which is a big one.
That's huge.
It's huge. And some of these companies are focusing more on profit rather than growth.
Sure.
We focus on that steady growth, that steady pattern. We want to keep customers around, and we do what no other company does in the industry, and we reward our customers for sticking around with those longevity discounts. So that's definitely a big thing that we do.
I also like that you're active in the community. I mean, you guys, your agency and all that, you're active. You're here. You're not just taking money, you're giving money too. Mm-hmm. And I love the whole Culver's thing recently. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, that was something that I know of Lion Dwayne Sprecher.
Oh, yeah.
Big Culver's guy.
Oh, yeah.
And
literally.
Yeah, literally. But got in touch with him. I said, hey, we're trying to do something here. We want to help the community, right? We want to support another local business, which is Culver's.
Sure.
Locally owned and operated, are all franchises. So yes, they're a big company, but they're all individually owned and operated. But we met with Alexandria Mahoney, Alex Mahoney.
Yep.
She's a fantastic person.
The best.
And
how old is she?
Oh, I think she's my age.
She's 29.
Yeah, she's my age.
Now she owns 2 Culvers.
Yeah, that's right. She
got the other Culvers.
Yep. So that's going up here soon, right?
Think about that.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, no, it's possible.
It's awesome. It's hard work and dedication. My understanding is she's climbed that Culver's ladder.
Yeah, she's been there, I forgot, for a gazillion years, like 15 years or something.
Yeah, so we...
Sorry.
No, you're good. So yeah, we talked to Dwayne. He said, reach out to Alex. So we reached out to Alex, and she was fortunate enough to help us with some coupons for free custard. So you call us for a quote, and no purchase necessary, but you call us for a quote, and we'll give you some Culver's.
I don't think I got a
You didn't, because you told me you didn't want them.
That's true. I'm on this thing, man.
You said, don't give them to me.
Dude, I'm working out.
Yeah.
The diet, the whole thing. I really blew my diet this weekend, but
that's all right. You can
give it to somebody else.
You got to have the cheat days every day.
Yeah. Dwayne actually now is the owner-operator of 2 Culvers in Michigan.
Yeah.
Taylor and Belleville, I think it is.
Yeah.
And so he's over there for you. They're part of, Alex and Dwayne, they're part of a larger group, a franchise owner, that have, I want to say it's 97 Culvers.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? I was fortunate enough to go with a couple of those owners to a Bucks game.
Oh, yeah?
And got to know a couple of them very, very well over the course of those few hours.
Yeah.
And they're just regular old people.
Oh, they are.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
They're just dedicated and driven, and I don't know how they manage that many restaurants at one time.
Dwayne's a buddy of mine. Dave Lupke's another owner. He's got 3 locations, and so we get together, and I'm blue.
Yeah.
I said, because I always tease them, don't go blue on me. What I mean by they're going to talk Culvers and numbers and all that stuff. But listening to the numbers, I'm amazed, absolutely amazed at the amount. And Sun Prairie being one of the highest volume locations in the country.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time I drive by, there's people.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
I love it. That means that their quality and food is there.
Yep, absolutely. That's a testament when you can see that.
My youngest son Alex lives in Seattle. There are no Culvers.
What a world.
I know. I said, we need to work on that, man. Let's do it. He goes, well, the studies have shown that that's not a good fit.
Interesting.
I'm like, wow.
Who said that?
Probably the economic study group that looks at all franchise. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I thought maybe Dwayne said that.
Well, Dwayne did say it, but
Okay.
he's got it from somebody else. But,
Gotcha.
you know. So let's do this. Our mouths are getting a little tired. Valerie, good morning. You're on your way to Florida. You're driving. They're in Kentucky right now. Stop by, say hello to my dad, get some country ham.
There you go. And some, gosh, what are they called? Mud puppies or the...
Mud puppies.
Or yeah, they're like a cluster. No, they're cluster things. I forget what they're called, but they got the peanut clusters and the...
Moon pie?
Is it a moon pie? Maybe.
I don't know.
I've only ever had them.
I'm just from
that
there. I don't
direction.
know.
Yeah.
I've lived in Wisconsin longer than I was in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a
This
Midwest boy.
is home.
Yeah.
I know. All right, we're going to go back to some music. We're going to take a break because we need a break, and then we'll come back. We'll get you updated on what's going on and see what happens from there. How's that sound? Here's a little bit of Bryan Adams and Summer of '69 right here on 103.5 WLSP. Good morning, everybody.
Talking too much for you?
No, I'm good. I can talk today. I'm tired today.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know why I'm not sleeping, but I'm not. But you know what's funny about the real estate stuff is I can sit and talk about it all day. Yeah. Some of them just go right over people's heads.
Sure.
But I've looked at people right now. I can get you an accepted offer.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, really?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can. I can show you how to do it."
Yeah. And they're, yeah.
Right.
Can't fix them.
I know.
It happens.
Yes, we're still live. Are you live? Dan, we're here. Where are you? I gotta turn this down. Sometimes the mics will pick up the music from my headset.
Yeah, you got a little phone or jack issue here, I think.
Oh, do?
I got a.
Does it go?
Yeah, if it's not.
We'll switch to the other one.
Oh, is that?
There's another one over here on this one. See if that works.
Oh, I'm gonna turn it off. Yeah, because I was having a mess with. I think it might be the cord. It is the cord.
Is it? There's another headset over here. What about this one? So that's an hour and 20 minutes
There you go.
of talking.
That's what I do every day.
It goes by just like that.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing about the insurance industry. I'm on the phone or with customers all day.
You know?
So there's times you gotta take a break because you're with the customer for 2 hours. There's been days where I had back-to-back appointments, and I'm sure you're familiar with this, going from one listing to another. But yeah, it's constant. It's a good thing.
Usually,
makes the day go by.
my mornings, except Monday morning, are on the phone. So I put my headset on, and I have an auto dialer, and it starts calling people. And so I try for 2 hours to do contacts.
Sure.
And then
Each day, or is that
each day?
Yeah.
Each day. It's the way I start my day off. And I do it in the morning because I've got the most energy, except for today. I'm ready to go home and take a nap.
Yeah, it's Monday.
It's Monday.
Mondays are my worst day. It doesn't matter how you show.
Oh, really? I love Mondays.
I do not.
No?
No.
Huh.
But I don't know if it makes sense to start on a Tuesday, because then it's still going to feel like a Monday.
Well, it is a Monday. If you don't do it on
That's what I'm
Monday,
saying. So
then it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
But it's Monday.
So it could just be a mindset thing, and I got to change my paradigm.
Oh, you can wait, Andy, you can hear Bryan Adams? Or you can hear it faintly? We're going setting up showings. Just thought you turned off Facebook when music was. Oh, hey, Dan. Here's what's going on: is that Facebook will not allow us to play music because they don't understand that we're a radio station, and they say we don't have the rights to do that, and they're protecting the artist. Actually, they're really protecting the distributor of the music. Yeah, Andy, you're not supposed to hear it on Facebook, but you can hear it on the app, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I've got my headset down below. I could turn it down, I guess, but because so what happened? Yeah, right. ASCAP. They come in. Well, it's not ASCAP. It's Facebook, and it's hilarious. They'll either shut the show down or they'll mute the show, and then I have to file a grievance, a dispute, and then maybe a day, a week, a month later. I've seen one that was 6 months old. They finally got back to me on it. And, oh, keep talking, we can't hear it. Well, I've got it on my knee right now, but so you can't hear it. But so that's what happens with the music. But, oh well. Now, when it goes into, if I went to YouTube, I could do it on YouTube and they would not shut me down. I know. Hey, Valerie, if you're still watching, where are you guys going in Florida? That's somebody from high school. I went to high school with.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what these cluster things are, because it's...
What cluster things?
I swear, so back in the... Wow.
Moon pies.
Are they moon pies? You got them at a gas
Oh, now
station,
you're on.
wasn't
Now
it?
you're watching. Hi, you see me wave?
Yeah, I saw that. I actually had to go to the app, because normally... No, it's not a moon pie. Oh.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I had to ask my mom, but she didn't want to know.
I gotta ask my mom.
Yeah. They're just like a cluster of chocolate and peanut butter, and then they have a filling in the middle. And they're only in the southern states. But you can't get them up here.
Huh.
I forget what they're called.
We have, what do you have? Mud pies here, or what do they call it? Or,
Just
yeah.
peanut clusters.
Yeah, but it's got a name to it, like cow pies or something.
Sure. Yeah. There you go.
You do well in radio.
Think so?
Yeah, you got the voice.
Do I?
Yeah, and you got the quickness.
Sure.
Yep.
Well, hey, I'm happy to come back anytime.
You're welcome anytime you
I
want.
don't think I'll be starting my radio show. Oh,
Why
Goo
not?
Goo Cluster, my wife. Yes.
It's a Goo Goo Cluster.
Yeah. That's what Valerie needs to get at the local gas station.
A Goo Goo Cluster.
Goo Goo Cluster. Thank you, Kelsey. Those are fantastic. The peanut butter one. Mm.
Oh, I love peanut butter.
Yeah, it's got a little like dollop of peanut butter in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's peanuts and chocolate.
Oh, I gave up. I always give up peanut butter for Lent.
I saw that.
Yeah, I know what smokers go through.
You're gonna have to explain the Jif and not the Skippy.
Oh, absolutely.
Because what's that about?
Taste.
Oh, I disagree.
Taste, man.
Although my taste is still really not good because I had COVID back in January of 2021.
Oh, you did?
And my taste is still not good. It's there, but everything's different. Everything.
I used to love coffee. And
Oh,
even
yeah?
the smell of coffee now, it's, oh.
You're not drinking coffee in there?
No, that's tea.
Tea? Oh.
Yeah. So I have all my teas and stuff I drink, but.
Sure. Yeah, I never used to be a black coffee guy, but now it's all black coffee. It's not good for the teeth. But
Oh, you got to go to the dentist a little and do that white stuff.
yeah.
Walk in the dentist. Do you drink coffee or tea?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it obvious?
Okay, so what's going to happen next is I'm going to come out of this, and I've got some announcements to do,
Sure.
and then we'll get back on.
Sure.
As soon as I can find my next one.
No, this is a blast. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome, dude.
Yeah.
Just waiting.
5:30. Yeah, that's when I woke up this morning, about 5:30.
I'm serious.
I used to do it. I don't know why it was so hard this morning, but I used to be on a kick,
Yeah.
a health kick. You know, going to the gym at that, 4 or 5 days a week at that time. But if you fall out of it, it's so hard to get right back into it.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
How you doing? Morning, morning. Good morning. Okay, campers, rise and shine.
Good morning, Sun Prairie, and welcome to Baker Street.
The question isn't what are we going to do, the question is what aren't we going to do.
This calls for the old Billy Baroo.
Time to rise and shine. Now here's your host, Bill Baker.
Hey, thanks, Lisa. Appreciate that very much. It's my former producer, Miss Lisa Wolf. Formilario or something. That's her new married name. She went and got married on me. I don't know. She, and then she left me, and now she's down at Watertown, the director down there at their media center. But
Bigger and better things, Bill.
yeah, that's true. Hey, let me tell you about what's going on today. Hey, don't forget, it's Monday night. What's Monday night? At Sunshine Supper. That's right, down right on Main Street, right across from Stark. Come down, visit me tonight. I'm there with the United Methodist Church. It's scalloped potatoes and ham. More ham. Ham. Not country ham. I'm going to take some there just so people can try it. But stop down. 5 o'clock to 6 is when we start serving. Get there early. We got people that are going to be there probably, I would say, right around 4 o'clock that get in line. Last Monday we served 385 meals. And, so come down and get there and get in line with everybody. I'll see all my regulars. Diane Donahue's one of them. Saw her at church on Sunday. That was pretty cool. Steve Stocker, saw him at church on Sunday. So kind of cool to see him at the Easter celebration. Hey, do this. Registration is now open for the Sun Prairie Media Center's summer workshops. And if you know of someone aged 9 to 14 who loves to make videos, movies, or even podcasts and wants to help taking their creativity to the next level, then you need to sign them up for this workshop. Folks, I'm going to tell you, it is a blast to do radio or TV, and I love it. And if you've got an idea about a show or something like that that you want to do, TV, radio, what doesn't matter, get a hold of Jeff Robbins and make that happen. But your kiddos, can you believe this? 9 to 14, they're going to be able to handle thousands of dollars worth of equipment in the way of production, editing, and all that, so it's a blast. These workshops are designed for budding journalists, filmmakers, actors, and social media influencers who want a fun and creative way to express themselves. Participants are introduced to media production in a fun, hands-on learning environment that is conveniently located at the Sun Prairie Media Center, which is in the same building as the public library. These courses inspire kids in a creative atmosphere to learn communication skills they can use for a lifetime. For more information, and online registration is available at kids4.tv. But hurry! Class size is limited, and workshops, I can guarantee you this, will fill up fast. For questions, email Mara Trusty at cityofsunprairie.com. Hey, a great event is coming up, and that is the Sun Prairie High School presents Mamma Mia, and I think it's this week. A mother, a daughter, 3 possible dads, an unforgettable trip down the aisle in the Greek island paradise in this 5-time Tony-nominated musical performed by Sun Prairie High School. One bride's hunt to find her father brings many hilarious and unexpected surprises. Shows run April 22nd, 23rd, 29th, 30th at 7 p.m. with matinees on April 24th and May 1st at 2 p.m. Performances will be held at the Sun Prairie High School Performing Arts Center. For more information or to buy tickets, call 608-834-6783. That's 608-834-6783, or visit the sunprairieschool's.org/performing/arts/center. I know, that's crazy, right? Hey, Earth Day park cleanup is happening on Saturday, April 23rd from 9 to noon. This is an annual event to volunteer and help with park cleanup across the city of Sun Prairie. Plant some trees at the city parks. Volunteers are needed to lead cleanup efforts for each of the city parks. For more information and to sign up, go to parks.org/Earth Day. Don't you love this / and all that stuff?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Sun Prairie Public Library Foundation is proud. Oh, by the way, the Lions Club will be out there cleaning a park up over in West Wind. I can't wait to do that. I think I'm going to have 10 to 20 guys there as soon as they go and sign up.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
You going?
What day is it?
Did you just hear me read it? This is what happened. They glaze over.
I was
23rd.
Yeah.
Saturday, 23rd, 9 to noon. Bring the kids. That'd be cool. Hey, the Sun Prairie Public Library Foundation is proud to present its Gatsby Gala fundraising event happening at the Loft at 132. This event will take place on Saturday, May 20th from 6 to 8:30 and will raise endowment funds for the Sun Prairie Public Library. You can get your tickets at sunlibfoundation.org. Not bad, huh? Not bad. I'm getting there. I got all these. See, they're all crossed out. We have to get a new sheet put together. Sun Prairie High School Job Fair held exclusively, my denture slipped, sorry, for the Sun Prairie High School students. This job fair will connect local employers to more than 1,800 students seeking job opportunities from 11:15 to 2:15 on Wednesday, April 20th. Wow, that's coming up. At Sun Prairie High School, located on Grove Street. See the Sun Prairie Chamber of Commerce Facebook page for details. And ready to clean up. There you go. Hey, if it's tax day today, that means your taxes need to be in today, or you need to file an extension. Prepay your taxes, file the extension, get everything done. And tax day, yeah. And don't forget, Sunshine Supper, I will be there. Come rain, or snow, or sleet, or dark of night, I'm always there, and I'll be greeting you as you come around. You pull in, you tell us how many meals you want, we'll bring them right out to your car. I can't wait until we go back inside. Have you ever done that?
No,
have you ever been inside?
Of
Sunshine Supper.
Yeah, I was there. Well, not the supper itself, but I was there
For drive-through?
Not for drive-through. I was there
Oh, really?
just putting boxes out the one day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was. This was probably maybe late last year, or late last year.
This is a blast. I've been doing this
Yeah.
for a bunch of years, and I had this thing. So the Sunshine Supper is kind of cool because it's a organization that Julie Wiedemeyer created from her master's dissertation. And what she did was she created a community-based meal, and it's the only one in the country. Where it's supported by sponsors. They prepare the food and then also hand it out. And the idea is to have an entire community come together and have a meal and just interact. I love that stuff, you know. But with the pandemic, we switched to a drive-through.
Sure.
A drive-through. But my goal when I first started was to have a meal with all 35,000 people in Sun Prairie. Now it's 36,000, by the way, just to let you know.
That's going to take a lot of coordinating.
Oh, well, yeah, but I got a place. I got a big hall and stuff like that. Come on, I can do that.
There you go.
Hey, Bill Baker here. I'm with Matt Steinmetz and a buddy of mine, fellow Lion, and insurance agent extraordinaire
You got it.
from State Farm Insurance.
Oh, you make it sound good, Bill.
Oh,
That's
well, it
awesome.
is good, isn't it?
That's awesome.
It's your career choice, buddy.
Yeah, no, you put a few extra words in there. And
I did?
Makes it all better.
Oh,
Extraordinaire. I like
extraordinaire.
that. It's a good one.
Andy says, I love Kids 4. I did it growing up, and it was fantastic. Andy, you just made me feel really old.
He loves what?
He says, I love Kids 4. Kids 4 is our TV station.
Ah, yes.
We have two of them, K-Sun and Kids 4.
Yep.
And I did it growing up, and it was fantastic.
Yeah. He's also got a face for radio.
He does. And he talks more than I do.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, you need a 3-hour show for him.
Oh, my gosh. At least 3 hours.
At least.
Maybe 4.
Yeah.
He could do it like an insurance show. The two of you?
Yeah.
So, you know.
He'd have a blast.
I hear you. So what do you like to do for fun? I mean, you got the family and all that.
Yeah. What else do I have time
Do you play
for?
golf or anything?
Oh yeah, but love golf. I cannot wait to get out there. Yeah, swing my club.
Oh yeah, I gotta do it. Yeah, I can do it. I can chase that uphill.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
all over.
yeah. I don't know why. It's such a grabbing sport, but I'm so bad at it.
So humbling.
It is humbling.
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
Yeah, you watch guys on TV. You're like, yeah, I could do that. Like once out of 45 outings.
Yeah, I like it when they're under the trees or someplace.
Yeah.
I got that shot. They don't know how to hit that.
No.
You know, I can be
No,
under.
because I've been there.
Right.
We've been there a million
100 times. A million. Yeah, I'll say a million.
Yeah, we've been there a million times. They don't live out there. They live on the short grass. We
That's
live
true.
in the weeds and tree stumps. That's where.
Well, yeah, that makes it fun. That's a challenge.
Yeah, I always like to see what trick shots I can go with. But it's cover your eyes and maybe a few other body parts because I don't know where that ball's coming out.
I have an uncle. my Uncle Lynn, he had my dad and Lynn and I always played golf together, and we play in these tournaments in Kentucky, and I love playing their member guest is what they have, and so but Lynn and I, and a lot of times it's my brother-in-law Josh, and well, I've almost killed my uncle twice.
Oh no!
Well, he made a mistake. He went up ahead of me, and we're on a par 5. And I had my drive, and I got the 3-wood out, and I'm going for the green. I mean, a lot of times I can hit it.
Yeah.
You know, it's about 530, 540, and so he's sitting off to the right side, and I just came back, and I swung, and I swung hard, and I must have opened up my club head because it went right to his golf cart, went right through the windshield, and just missed him. Yeah, so I had to buy a new windshield. You know, I didn't have to, but I did. But
and this is why you need liability insurance.
Yeah.
You hear that, everybody? This is why you need liability insurance.
So if you live on a golf course and somebody puts a golf ball through your windshield or your window, so who's responsible for that?
Well, you could be. I mean, I'm no attorney, right? I'm the insurance guy. You could certainly be liable for that. And
Who?
The
golfer?
person swinging the club, and I don't know how it's written into the homeowners association, right? I don't know if that's something that they take responsibility for, but
They built a house. They moved into a house next to the golf course.
yeah.
And if your backyard backs up to that, you would think.
I live in that camp if you chose to live there, but if they came out and said I'm going to file a claim, I can't stop them.
Right.
And I don't know how that's going to work out, man.
How many people do you think would break a window and then go over and leave their name or say,
I
"Hey,
would
I just"?
absolutely do that.
Well, I know you would, but how many people do you think would?
Very few.
Very few. I agree.
Maybe
Isn't that sad?
Maybe a 50-50 split.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Andy, what do you think?
There's a lot of good people in the world. I just don't know. If you. Yeah, I don't know.
My business law professor, absolutely wonderful guy. I remember this phrase. Now, my sister's an attorney. My brother's an attorney. His thing was, if you have a swimming pool, you can't have a fence high enough.
It's not a bad.
Because if they can get over that fence and they drown, then you're partly responsible for that.
Yeah. They call that the attractive nuisance in the insurance industry.
Attractive nuisance?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a term for you.
What's that mean?
It means like trampoline.
Trampoline.
Pool.
Okay.
It just entices people to, and maybe younger folks, who haven't lived in this world long enough to understand you can't jump in people's pools.
So Andy came back and said, if it's an accident by the golfer, it's on the homeowner, unfortunately. I don't agree. But Andy, that's okay. That's why we like each other.
We'll talk about that later.
No, I mean, well, I think
me and Andy.
Well, I think the thing is, if I'm a golfer and I just broke your window, I'm going to be the responsible one and go over and go, I just broke your window. Give me the bill, give me the invoice. I'll have somebody come out and fix it for you, or something like that.
Right.
That's the right thing to do.
Sure.
But I think that, like we're saying, most people would just go, well, they shouldn't have lived there to begin with.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably a very common thing, and fortunately, I have not had that experience, and hope to never do.
So my buddy Paul Weiss, I was talking about him before. He describes now one of the reasons that he's a buyer's agent for insurance, if there is such a thing, which there isn't, because you don't have to disclose who you work for as an insurance agent.
Oh, absolutely, I do.
But you work for the insurance agent, insurance company, not the person buying it.
Yeah, I mean yes. I mean, from a technical perspective, yes.
Right.
Insurance brokers, by definition, work for the customer.
No, you don't.
Well,
Who pays you?
Well, the insurance company.
There you go.
But the fiduciary responsibility may be a little different. However, right, when we're looking at, again, brokers versus captive exclusive agents such as myself, again, they're most brokers, and there's nothing wrong with them, but they shop just based on price, and it's not necessarily all coverage related. Because as a customer, you want the best price, you want the lowest price. In most cases, that's what people are looking for.
Everybody leads with price.
Right. But at the end of the day, it's about coverage, and that's where we write the most comprehensive plans on the market at State Farm. because we're owned by our customers.
Right.
We want to take care of our owners just like these stock companies do, but we don't have investors, right? Stock companies have these investors that can play into the decision-making process.
Jeff Robbins, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff.
Morning.
Oh, you coming in to say hi?
No, I'm just coming in to put this on the board.
What is it?
That's nothing urgent.
Oh, nothing to talk about?
You can talk about it if you want.
All right.
I'd like to give a shout out to our wonderful police department this morning.
Did they say hi to you?
Yes.
Okay. Did you say hello to Lion Matt?
I did. Well, I waved. I didn't
Good
want
to
to
see
interrupt.
you.
I really didn't
Lion
want to interrupt.
Jeff?
I didn't want to interrupt your show.
No, you're doing great, bud.
Thanks for coming in, Matt.
Yeah.
So here's the thing that I was taught, which I think is interesting, and this is why Paul has this role. This is where I was going to as a buyer's agent. So I could park my car, my truck, my beautiful black F-150 in the middle of the mall, out in the area where there's no cars. Somebody comes through late at night, drunk off or whatever, and they decide to hit my truck. I'm partly responsible.
No.
Yeah. Oh, no?
No, we've had this conversation.
I know, but I still don't agree with you.
Yeah, you're not. There are insurance companies that may deem you partially responsible.
Yeah.
Because you were there or your car was there.
Correct.
But that's a bad way to do business.
Isn't it?
It's a bad way to do it. So again, we don't do it that way because that's not in the best interest of our ownership. We're not going to place blame on you for parking somewhere you can legally park.
Yeah, but that's the insurance game. You don't pay out all your, what you need to pay. You have to negotiate and you have to fight for your dollars, don't you?
Well, it depends on who your agent is, right? If you ask the agent of Andy Ayers, no, we help fight for you. We try to find the coverage.
Right.
Your stock companies, they're looking for the exclusions. We're trying to find those coverages, right? And we're trying to find the best way to take care of our customers, whether it's showing up at your house, having to deal directly with claims, or being a part of that process. We're here to do any and all option. But yeah, it's about the agent you're working with. The burden of proof with State Farm relies on the insurance company to prove that it's not covered. It doesn't rely on you, the customer, the insured, to say, hey, it's covered because of this. We're not looking for that. It's much harder for customers to prove that it's covered versus the insurance company to
Prove it's not covered.
prove it's not.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yep.
What do you think is the biggest, or what's the one thing that stands out in the way of homeowner insurance and that's missing for most people? What they don't understand? Do they get, so I don't know where I'm going with this, do they always get the right coverage? How do they know what's the right coverage?
Yeah.
And what's missing a lot of times that you'll see when people switch over to you?
Yeah, I'd say what's missing is endorsements, or what some people would call riders.
What do you mean? What's a rider?
Yeah, so there's very common riders here, especially in the state of Wisconsin, that can give you better coverage for the different things that people just aren't aware of. Like we all know, right? You have gas lines, you have water lines, you have sewage lines that come to your home, right? Whether it be well and septic or city. Most people don't know that those lines are not covered unless they're under the foundation of your home.
What?
Right? So if they're out in your yard, right? They're
That's
running
not
from-
covered?
No, absolutely not. So if you have a corroded pipe or a tree root growing through a pipe and you need that excavated and repaired, there's no coverage on any homeowner's policy, just without having the endorsements for it. And that could be a $5,000 to $10,000 repair. But most people don't know that that's coverage that again, no insurance company offers. But if we're not talking about those things, and that's one thing we absolutely have to talk about, because that's a very big concern for a lot of people, especially with older homes, more mature yards,
Sure.
older way of doing construction, right? Those
The
lines.
roots, the tree roots go through those pipes.
It's amazing what tree roots can
Oh
do.
my God.
They find a little bit of water.
And they're going for
And
it.
they're going for it. So you get a couple things that can happen, right? You get those service lines that can be interrupted, and then maybe that tree root's now pushing sewage back into the house. The sewage can't escape. We had a customer who went away for vacation for 2 weeks, came back to sewage in their house.
Oh my gosh.
And if they didn't have the backup of sewer and drain rider or endorsement, there would have been no coverage. And most people don't know that there are those gaps.
Wow.
Outside of your traditional homeowner's policy. Now, thankfully, State Farm writes what we call getting real technical with you, an HO5 policy.
An HO5.
This is an HO5. There's an HO3, HO6 I think is condo, 4 is renters. The whole 9 yards for homeowners.
Okay.
But most companies write an HO3 homeowners policy, where again now the burden of proof relies on the insured, yourself, the customer, Mr. Customer, to prove that the loss is covered. Where in an HO5 policy, the burden of proof is on State Farm to provide an exclusion.
So why wouldn't that be I mean, it just seems like it's common sense that would be added into a homeowner's policy. I mean, water is an issue. When you get water in the house, it's not always covered.
Right.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Why isn't it? I mean, it's damage to the house.
Well, surface water is very, very, very tricky. Water claims in general, very tricky. All right, we can make it very simple and call it, if it's a flick of a light switch, kind of have that idea in mind. If it's accidental, sudden, direct loss. Okay, so if you have water leaking in through your basement, you have maybe some foundation cracks.
Okay.
Some minor, right? Nothing major.
Right.
But if you have some of those hairline cracks and water seeping in just because it's raining out, that's not necessarily something that would be covered. But if you have a pipe, right, a water line that
Sure.
suddenly bursts, it's a different story. We're covering the damage to from that water to your property, your personal belongings, your building, your dwelling itself. But yeah, water's always an interesting one. But flood is not covered unless you get coverage through the federal government, through FEMA.
Wow.
And yeah, that's not a coverage anybody provides outside of FEMA.
Well, the flooding side, I mean, you will know if you're in a floodplain when you buy a house.
Sure.
Because it has to be disclosed.
Mhm.
And you need to know about that also. The insurance agent has to know about the floodplain. Well, I'm sure it's probably part of the underwriting that you're looking at, but
I think, unfortunately, here in Wisconsin, there's just not a whole lot of that.
oh, I would say there's a lot.
I would say
I see a lot.
Sun Prairie.
No.
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 Not in this area.
No. Now, Fort Atkinson, there is.
Yeah, because we got the Rock River.
Right.
There's places for it, but flood insurance isn't cheap.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
And you have to get it through FEMA, through the federal government.
Right.
I think that's about to change, though.
Is it?
I think there were some guidelines that they're talking about changing that. Well, who knows? I mean, it's political stuff and all that. But
Sure.
so the water thing is always an interest to me because, well, we, I mean, a gazillion years ago, I've been here 30 years. I want to say it was the first year that we were on High Ridge Road and woke up on we lived in a split ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And so I woke up one morning and I'm in the kitchen upstairs and I hear I thought a bunch of snakes had gotten in or something, but I go downstairs and what had happened is, so the split ranch, you go downstairs and you have the living room's down there, also family room, and then for me it was another family room which became my office, and then you walk into the laundry room and then you walk out a door, up the steps to the garage, and there you are. Well, in the laundry room there were these two hammers that are attached to the water pipes, so they don't go all the time. They absorb that.
Right.
And one of them had frozen and burst in the laundry room. Don't know why.
Good.
It was really cold, though, I guess.
Yeah.
But we had about 3 inches of water.
Sure.
I mean, and came down like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's no fun.
But I remember we had to fight with American Family.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, just to get the coverage.
Sure.
And arguing with them, well, this is what it's going to cost to fix it. Well, we're not going to pay you that because that's not what we're going to pay you. Well, what do you mean you're not going to pay us? We have coverage. Fix it, damn it.
Sure.
And so it was a runaround. Oh my gosh.
So did you get coverage for the water damage?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Good.
So we had to take up the sheetrock, about 3 feet up off the ground, all the way through the entire 1,200, 1,400 square feet area.
Sure.
But it was a battle.
Sure.
But water is that one claim that people misunderstand.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
It is.
And that's why, again, you need a local agent to come to your home, right? In those situations, come with a restoration company.
Right.
Let's figure out what the heck happened.
Sure.
Because if we just start opening claims and we just don't know, it's not the best way to take care of yourself.
And you can't do that online.
No, you can't.
You can't. That's, again, I'm going back to
you
this.
call your Progressive, your Geico, your Allstate.
Right.
Well, Allstate has some local agents, but
Sure.
but yeah, they're not coming out. They're just opening the claim and they're sending out people that are now on potentially our payroll or the insurance company's payroll.
Right.
Now that's involved. Now again, rates can be potentially affected.
Sure, I agree. Hey, Bill Baker here with Good Morning Sun Prairie. Matt Steinmetz from State Farm Insurance right here in Sun Prairie, and the Andy Urs group team. Yes. Franchise.
You got it.
I got it. Right on Main Street, right across from Bank of Sun Prairie. If you like what you hear, give him a call. He's got a phone number of 608-834-0483. You can get a hold of him anytime. Great guy and a great organization that you're with, because you really do a nice job in the community, which is important in my world. Mm-hmm. I want to know what else you do, instead of just taking our money. So it's it's seriously.
No, I'm with you there. I think for us it's Andy, right? He's a part of the chamber.
Right.
He does so many things with that organization, and again, myself being a Lions member, that's one of the ways we like to be able to give back. So,
sure.
Not necessarily under the State Farm name, because that's not necessarily what it's always about.
Exactly.
It's about being a part of other organizations that are not for profit, right?
Yeah.
We're here to serve that community in so many different aspects, and we do go to Corn Fest. That's a big one for us. We love seeing all the corn people, and we have a booth set up there each year. So that's definitely one of the things we like to do. This year we have a lot of things on the books to talk about and get started. We want to do a brat bust in essence. We have the ability to just be out in the community. We thought about potentially going to the Splash Pad. Which again is sponsored by who again? I forget their names.
The Tubbs family.
Yes, Tubbs family. So grateful they put that in. We were living over there when they put that in.
Oh yeah.
And that was phenomenal. It still is. But we've talked about just getting out there and grilling up some brats for the community and having lunch on us. So that's coming this summer. We'll be doing that as well.
Very cool. Now, when are we going to see Andy wearing Lions colors?
I don't know. If he's still watching, I'm sure we could.
Andy, you need to be a lion.
We could get him in there.
I was going to ask you a question, and I was listening to you so intently, I forgot everything I was going to say.
That's okay.
But talking about brats. With Corn Fest, you're like me. You get hit twice.
Yeah.
Because not only are you working the booth for State Farm, you're also parking cars.
Yeah. Last year I was doing the 50-50 raffle.
Okay.
I was the annoying guy trying to get people to buy some 50-50 tickets. You
That's
gotta
a big
do it.
dollar number, man.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, because people will buy tickets, and it's for a good cause, and that's the most important thing. I think people don't fully know that right off bat when they're handing over a $20 bill, but we donate that money, and it's awesome what we do as again Lions members.
Yeah, every dollar that comes into our organization is given back to Sun Prairie. There are no attachments. We don't have to pay Lions Club International or anything like that. Lions Club is the largest service organization in the world. I love to tell the story about being in Japan with my son. And we're getting on to one of the trains, and that's how you travel there, which is amazing in itself. I walked up, and here was a gentleman in a yellow vest with red trim on it, and he's got a Lions logo on it, and he's got Tootsie Rolls. They look like Tootsie Rolls. They weren't the Tootsie Roll, but I walked over to him, and I pointed at his chest, and then I pointed to me, and the bow starting immediately, and I got a hug from this guy, and couldn't speak English. I can't speak Japanese, but we had an immediate relationship just because of that.
That's awesome.
And yes, it is. Right. And it's all for the kids and vision and all that. Well, I'm going to start doing that, by the way.
Yeah.
I do the runs. I do the driving for retinas for the transplants.
Yep.
From the vision center to the hospitals, which that's something else too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But doing the vision screening is pretty cool too.
Sure.
You know,
I
but
have yet to be a part of that, but it's
will.
on the list. I'm a newer member. Gosh, I think it started in, was it August or September of last year?
Oh, was it 21?
Yeah.
Wow, nice job.
Yeah.
You've done a lot. You've really you're at the meetings, man.
Yeah. I try to make as many as I can, and fortunately, unfortunately, I'm now again in Fort Atkinson, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to do some of those things. But I still work here. Thursday is just a longer day for me. Every other week. Go to work, hang out in Sun Prairie, which is fantastic. I get my shopping done at Woodman's and Costco.
Yeah, got to. That's a have to.
Yeah, because we don't have that by us.
Hey, Heather Hopke, thanks. That's we really appreciate those comments. And Heather, you'd make a great lion. We do have lady lions, I tell you. We've got some great ones. I mean, Kelly Harnish.
Oh, she's fantastic. She just never stops.
No, Sherry Parrish and Colette Olson. I mean, we can go right. I mean, there's a bunch of them. Oh my gosh! Yeah. But we got about a minute left in the show. What would you like to say to people? Give you part of the last word.
Oh wow! Well, first of all, thank you for letting me come on.
You're welcome, man.
This has been a blast for me, and I'm sure I'll have a few people reaching out to me to give me a hard time because that's how the world works.
It
sometimes. Is. But no, again, thank you so much. I appreciate just being available to the members, community members of Sun Prairie and Dane County, and again, Wisconsin, licensed insurance agent in the state of Wisconsin. I'm here to serve. At the end of the day, that's what it's about for me and the agency I work for. It's not about the almighty dollar. It's truly about being there for our customers, our people in their times of need. Because somebody has to be, and insurance is such a defensive mechanism, and we've got to have those right defensive mechanisms in place.
You have to
get you back to where you were, because that's the last thing you need when you have those catastrophes is the financial burden or your life potentially changing. So that's what I'm here for.
Well, Matt Steinmetz, sorry, God, my mouth stopped working for a second. I'm glad you joined us, and thanks so much. You're awesome, man, I tell you.
Thank you.
And we're out of here. Catch me tonight at Sunshine Supper, 5 o'clock to 6, and then back here on Wednesday for the real estate show. Thanks, Sun Prairie. You're awesome. Little renegade, and we're out of here. Uh-oh. There you go. Woo! That's 2 hours.
That's awesome, man. That was a blast.
I've done it for 4 hours. I've done it for 8 hours.
Have you really?
Oh, yeah, I did an election
sure.
during COVID when we had it. Hey, Facebook, adios. Hey, thanks for watching, and thanks for being a part of this today. You made it a lot more fun. And see you on Wednesday. Stop back by for the real estate show. You might learn something. If you're buying a house and you're having issues, call me. I'll show you how to get it done. All right, you guys take care. We're out.